Hi everybody, it's me again, Charles Norman from Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of AthleticSOS. It is a software technology that allows high school athletes that are trying to get athletic scholarships to find all of the schools that they qualify for academically, all the colleges they qualify for academically based on their SAT, ACTs, or GPA, then the sport they play, the level they can participate in at college, and the area of the country they're looking at, and then they can start doing research on those schools. And we even tell them what's the best fit for them academically, where they stand for each of those schools. And anyway, so we give that software away. We don't charge for it. It's no cost. And we do not sell your information. I know a lot of you guys are trying to figure out who can you trust, what is everybody trying to pull, how come you can give it at no cost. What we are going to do, and we're getting everything set up, we're really close now, is we're going to start making some offers for products and services. And we think these are premium level products and services. You guys saw me last week do something for PGC basketball. It's one of the basketball camps for this summer, and it was a special. We're going to start offering things like that, and then we'll try to find a way to either become affiliates or make something that way. We don't want to charge you for figuring out where you should be going to participate at college, what all your options and opportunities are, and we'll talk more about that in another video. In this video, I want to concentrate on the unsigned seniors. Now, I do this every year, and every year the same people panic. People start to panic. You got those seniors that did not get the early signing for the NLI, not to be confused with the NIL, which is name, image, and likeness. The NLI is the National Letter of Intent, which basically ties you to a particular college. You guys have agreed that you're going to go there. They're going to pay for you to attend that school as a college athlete, and you're going to get a scholarship for that, and at least for 1 year. And you can do longer times now. You don't just have to do 1 year, but usually it's 1 year at a time that you're going to be able to go play there, and everything's set and solid, and you got a place to go. It also means the other colleges you may have been looking at can no longer come and recruit you. So what happens, like right now, the Super Bowl Sunday, and you haven't signed anywhere, and you don't really have any prospects. The places and there's a bunch of reasons, and this is one of the things that always interests me. Some people didn't sign early because they thought they were going to get better offers. They did have some offers, but they didn't take them. Some people had a particular school that they thought was a certainty. They had shunned some of the other schools that were interested in them, and then that school that they thought they had didn't come through for them for various reasons. Most of the times, it's because you weren't number one on their list, and they've got the person who was number one or number two on their list, and they did not need you anymore. And so you're now releasing back into the wild, as I like to put it, and you got to find something. And some of those other schools you didn't really conversate with, so you guys have no connection, and those schools have moved on also. One of the things I've been taught, and thank you guys so much, I got a couple of people that are either attorneys or in law or contract law and things like that. And one of the things they told me for YouTube, do not say this is what you should do. So what I am going to say is, this is what I would do right now. If I had a kid that I thought could play at the collegiate level, I think they have the skill set for that, and they're not signed yet, and they're a senior and they're unsigned. Because what happens here, and what's really dangerous for you, especially if you play like a team sport or something like that, you don't have enough time now to get with a travel club program to go to a showcase or a combine or a viewing tournament, right? Right now, they're looking for, you're past due now. They don't need you for next year's team because they're trying to put their team together for the summer. So they will do something in the spring. Most people do. They will do something in the spring, but you're not really invited to that. You're sort of, they'll kind of look out for you. There may be some unsigned senior events that are going on you can get into, but you need to go a different way. So here's how I would handle this. My first place I would look is my high school coach and my travel club coach. I would walk in there with them and say, hey, coach, do you know anyone, or do you have any contacts with any college coaches that you can kind of put me in front of and make an introduction and kind of promote me to them? Because most of the time, if your high school coach has been around long enough, or they've been in that world, it's a very small world, that high school, college, that coaching area, the athletic director world. It's a small group of people, and they all kind of know each other. So they probably do know someone they can reach out for you. If you're a travel club coach, sometimes they have a program where they charge you to do it. Sometimes it's worth it to you depending on what they have for you. You might want to go there, but I think the high school coach is a great way to do it. That's why I always tell you guys, keep a good relationship with your high school coach, because even if you didn't have to do this, no matter who the college coach is, at some point they're going to reach out to your high school coach to learn more about you as a player in a controlled environment. Travel club is not a controlled environment. You can jump around and move around really easily there. But in high school, you're kind of stuck. And if you're a really good player, that coach may have played you out of position, or you're not getting as many stats as you could get if they let you be free. You have to play in this controlled world. And so how do you handle that? What kind of a teammate are you if you're better than everybody else on the team? Are you selfish? Are you an encouraging player? Do you put your head down? Do you get frustrated with everybody? They want to find out who you are as a player. So your high school coach, I know sometimes it's very, very frustrating, but I always tell you guys, go ahead and do what your high school coach is asking you to do, and then make up for your stardom somewhere else. You know, go get a travel club, go get in some of these combines and showcases and events that'll let you shine at the way you want to shine. And then finally, I always tell you guys, make sure that if you're going to be trained, that you're being trained at what you're going to play at the college level. Whatever that position or whatever you're going to be doing there, you're trying to train for what you're going to do next. Let the high school get you ready for what you're doing now. And you may, like I said, be out of position. And it happens a lot of times. You're not playing where you should be playing. And it's hard for those coaches, those college coaches, to see how does this translate into where I would put them. Okay, so you want to do that. So your high school coach, your travel club coach, that's first. Second thing I would do, and I don't know why this is overlooked so much, I would check with the NAIA. NAIA, you can contact at any time. They don't have the same rules that the NCAA schools do. NCAA is NCAA Division I, Division II, Division III. NCAA Division III does not give athletic scholarships, but they can give you as much money to attend the school and be able to play the sport that you love. They can do that. Sometimes you can get more money, but NCAA Division I and II are what people think about most of the time. NCAA Division I is the highest level you can participate. 2 is probably next, and then I would say NAIA sits somewhere between Division II, NCAA Division II, and Division III. I think the highest level of the NAIA can definitely compete at the Division II level. Maybe some of them, the mid-major of Division I, they can get in there. So it's nothing to sneeze at. They're usually smaller schools. But the beauty of it is that people overlook them, first of all. There's not as many of them, but people overlook them. And so all you have to do, go get in their, so all you have to do is contact them and let them know you're interested in them. Again, no matter what you're doing here, download, go use AthleticSOS. I give you the code and I give you the instructions down below. Use our software. It does not cost you anything, and you'll know all of the NAIA schools that have your sport, and we give you the contact information for those coaches. Go ahead and contact them and let them know that you are interested in them, and give yourself a chance and see if that fits what you want to do. That would be my next thing I would do. Now, after that, I use AthleticSOS again, and I find out all of the Division II and Division I and Division III schools, right? And here's what you want to do. You want to find the schools that you're academically qualified to attend. And then you're looking for the schools. There's we have a color wheel there. If you see blue next to that school name, your academic information tells us that you match with them really well academically. Now, most of you guys, if you do get an athletic scholarship, you're not going to get a full ride scholarship. Those are called equivalency scholarships, right? You're going to get some partial money because they have to spread it a certain amount of money amongst all the players. So you're not going to get a full ride. And college is expensive. I don't care what anybody says. It's ridiculously expensive to me. And you want to leave college with as little debt as possible. So what I would do is find all the schools that have a blue next to them, and then I would look there because they can give you, probably you may be able to get some academic money on top of the athletic money, and you combine those two, and you're narrowing down what you may have to pay, if anything at all. So look for all the schools that have a blue mark on the color wheel for you, and then here's what you want to do. You want to go. We have a link down there that'll take you to that sport for that school. Let's say you play baseball or softball. You click on the link, it's going to take you to that college's softball or baseball page. You're going to go in there. Every single college that I know of has a little space that if you're interested in being recruiting, you fill out a form for them, right? Go ahead and fill that form out. So you want to fill that form out so that they know that you're interested in them. And then here's my secret way of doing this. About a week later, I'll let them have the form and see if they're going to contact you first. If they have not contacted you in a week, then you want to call them and you want to say, hey, coach, and this, when I say you, I mean the student athlete, not the parent. And then I want you to say, hey, coach, I filled out the form about a week ago. Give your name, who you are. I filled out your form about a week ago, and I'm just trying to find out if there's anything else you need from me to take a look and recruit. I'm really interested in your school. And then you've done some research, right? We gave you a link to that school. Find out about the school. Do they have your major? What kind of conference are they playing in? Let them know that you've done some homework. And that's what we're creating here. We're creating a bunch of young people that know how to go out, position themselves, do some homework, and get themselves recruited and find the school they want to attend, not just the people that are recruiting them. And this is a great opportunity for you to get in that world because you're up against the wall. You only have a few months left here and you want to get something done, but you want to go. You don't want to get desperate. You want to go where you want to go. So let's figure out if we can get there. So that would be the next thing I would do, right? I want to get in front of the schools that I'm interested in. Then the next thing I would do, I don't care who you are, if you're at a level that you can participate at the collegiate level, somebody was looking at you last year. You just ignored them for whatever reason. It wasn't the level you thought you should go to. They weren't good enough, or you were just locked in on a particular college and that didn't happen for you. It's time to go back and reach out to some of those other schools that you ignored before and let them know and be honest as you can with them. Hey, you know, I know you guys were interested in me. I thought I had something else lined up. That kind of fell through for me. So I'm wondering, are you still interested? Because I took a look at you guys, really gave you guys a hard look, and I'm actually very interested if you guys are still interested in me. And just leave it at that. Be very honest with what the situation is. They're not crazy. They know what's going on. And then see if you guys can connect there. So I would do that. That would be my next thing that I would do. Okay, and then now next, I am looking for, whatever my sport is, I am looking for all the events I can possibly go to, especially if they have anything like an unsigned senior situation. I am trying to get into these events now, whether they're local, whether I have to travel a little ways to get there. And so you're trying to find those unsigned senior events and try to get to them. And if not, you're trying to find some sort of, like I said, a combine or a showcase or someplace you can go and shine for the last time. Then the other thing you want to do is you want to get some film on yourself, right? Because you have to show that you can play at this level. So try to get some film. And for you younger kids or families that have younger athletes, make sure you guys are filming everything you guys do, whether it's travel, where it's club, where it's practice, where it's your high school games, whatever you do, film them, because you're going to need something to show these coaches if they haven't had a chance to see you until your senior year. You need something to give them so they can get an idea of how you play and what you can do, and then try to find some events you can go to. So if I combine all of that stuff, that is what I would do to try to get myself going again. Remember, you have until August 1st. They changed the rules a few years ago to sign a national letter of intent. So you have all the way to the beginning of the collegiate year to get things done. So you're not stuck. It used to be, if you hadn't done it by the time you graduated high school, you were out of luck. But you've got all of the spring time to go. You got the summer time to go. And then you can probably get yourself signed anyway if you really get hustling right now. I would start doing this today. So look down below. I give you a code. I give you the instructions for using the code. Use AthleticSOS. Find the schools that you qualify for. Start there first. And then I would go through the rest of the things I talked about. Your high school coach, your travel ball coach. You want to get with the NIA, so get in their eligibility center right now if you're not in there already. Make sure you're in the NCAA's eligibility centers. You got to be in those in order to even get an offer. Okay? Then find all the schools you qualify for. Start reaching out to some of those schools yourself. You go to their website. We have the link inside the software. Go ahead and fill out their interest form on their college site. And then about a week later, if you haven't heard from them, contact them yourself. The high school student athlete. Tell them who you are, why you're interested in them, and then see what they need from you. I say, hey, listen, I already filled out your form. Is there anything else you need from me? And then find out about that. You want to make sure you just do all the rest of the stuff I told you. Go down the line. You can just play this over. I don't want to make this video too long. Listen, you guys, number one thing, you are not stuck. That is one of the things I do not like. Everybody thinks everyone is stuck. You're not stuck. And at some point, a lot of the kids are in the transfer portal. So there's going to be some schools that weren't even reaching out for you. They're going to need your skill set for their school because somebody's transferring out, right? So you want to make sure that you make yourself, let it be known that you're available, and you got to get out there. And you're going to have to prove yourself on the court or field or whatever sport you're playing. You're going to have to get out there and get in front of people. They have to see you play. And if you're going to do that, make sure you're involving yourself in events that are going to let you play against other collegiate level players, right? I know you guys are in high school, but you don't want to just compete to compete. You want to make sure you're competing with college level competition, and then that'll let them know that you can do it at the next level. All right, guys, that's it. That's my secret sauce for you getting from your panicking to let me get someplace that I want to be instead of just taking whatever can come to me. But definitely reach out to those schools that you kind of disregarded earlier. That's a great way to get there. Remember the NAIA schools. They're excellent schools. You guys are going to enjoy that if you can get with one of them. And then try to get as much money to cover the cost of going to school. Do not come out of college with a bunch of debt. I am watching it happen to people at my age. This is crazy to me, how much they're still paying years, decades later. To be perfectly honest with you, they're still paying on student loans, and it's not coming off. You're going to pay that off, right? And you don't want to go, well, I won't get into that with the retirement people here now. They're going to be paying that maybe for the rest of their lives, because it's just, everything's just so tight. You didn't get, well, never mind. But anyway, so that's what I would suggest for you guys. Best of luck to you guys as always. Look down below. I give you everything you need to use our software. It does not cost you anything to use our software. It's why I built it, for these situations where things feel like they're slipping away from you. We want to help you out. So as always, best of luck to you in all your endeavors, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.